And now, BillyCBoxing.com presents Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down with Billy C. Here he is, Billy C.
Good day, and this is our new Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down section. No, it's not a section. It's our segment. It's actually its own little show. We're going to be doing it every single day, and we're going to be showing you what we think was thumbs up, thumbs down for that previous day in the sport of boxing. I have a few thumbs up and thumbs downs from the past weekend. Hope you like it. It's kicking off today. It's our debut. Here we go. We're going to do the thumbs up first. Thumbs up goes to Gus Johnson for doing a great job on Saturday's show. He did a fantastic job on Showtime. I was very critical of him in the last couple of weeks. You know that we had those poll questions up. We had some YouTube videos. All that stuff was up, and we were real critical of him yelling and screaming at us during his broadcast. Well, a source from Showtime promised me that I can't reveal the source, told us that as a result of our bashing of Gus Johnson, the guys in suits told Gus Johnson to tone it down a little bit, and we saw the proof of the pudding this past Saturday. Gus Johnson not only toned it down, but he did a fantastic job. Hats off, and I give an attaboy and a thumbs up to Gus Johnson. Did a great job. He had the one line that was a little iffy when he referred to Little Abner's growing up right now. But you know what? If you know the comics, you know who Little Abner is. Gus Johnson, you did a great job. Glad you joined in with those reindeer games, Gus Johnson. I also give a thumbs up to Abner Mares' performance. Abner Mares did a great job over the weekend, and hey, I think this is a kid that we need to watch and a kid that we need to keep paying attention to. Abner Mares, he's going to be around for a long time. I love his style. This guy comes at you, never stops, never gets tired. He seems to have it all. I'm looking forward to see how he develops as time goes on. I also give a thumbs up to Emilio Marino, his performance, and the fact that he's been so dominating in his last couple of fights. It's a shame that we're just starting to get to know this guy after he's got 30-some-odd fights under his belt, but I'm glad it's better late than never. Hopefully we'll see him again. And I kind of got a thumbs up and a thumbs down for this same person. On one side, I got thumbs up for Ozzie Harris for keeping his mouth shut and not being a snitch. I value that with people. I come from the old days when, if you're going to do the crime, you do the time and keep your mouth shut. So I give him a thumbs up for that. However, as we jump into the thumbs down, I give Ozzie Harris a thumbs down for not showing the boxing world the real Floyd Mayweather and at least showing us that this guy thinks he's a thug, thinks he's a gangster, thinks he's all of this stuff, and paid Ozzie Harris off. We'll never know for sure. That's my opinion. I kind of give Harris a thumbs down for that one. I also give a thumbs down to Antonio Tarver for his comments that Mares has faced the toughest competition in boxing, pound for pound, aside from Andre Ward. I'm not going to deny the fact that Abner Mares has faced tough competition. There's no question about that. We talked about it earlier on the show. But I also will tell you this, Andre Ward, I'm not going to criticize either for fighting tough competition because he's fought nothing but the best with the Super 6 tournament. Where I'm giving Antonio Tarver the thumbs down is for his failure to mention the guy, pound for pound, in my opinion, who has fought the toughest competition in the whole sport of boxing, and that goes to Carl Froch. If you look at Carl Froch's resume, going way back from the time he fought Jean Pascal, this guy has been in with nothing but boxing's best. If there has to be one fighter that we have to put at the top of fighting the toughest competition known in the sport in his weight class, it has to be Carl Froch. Carl Froch, in my opinion, ekes out the level of competition of both Abner Mares and Andre Ward. So I give a thumbs down to my man Antonio Tarver for that. I also give a thumbs down to Robert Veliz, the referee in the Liberato Andrade fight. if you're a referee and you're in a Liberato Andrade fight, you need to know about Liberato Andrade. Any other fighter, I don't think I would question Valise's stoppage of that fight. However, with Liberato Andrade and the fact that the guy never seems to get hurt, the only time he was ever knocked out was by a body punch, and that was at the hands of Lucien Boutte. Yes, he had a cut on his head, but this was a stoppage that I think if anyone gets another shake, it has to be Liberato Andrade. Therefore, thumbs down for Robert Valise. I also give a thumbs down for the WBC letting two bantamweights that moved up to fight their first fight in the super bantamweight division compete for one of their titles. How ridiculous is that? But then again, we are talking about the WBC. Thumbs down, WBC. I also give a thumbs down to the referee in the Ronald Hearns Urslandi Lara fight. That referee should have stopped that fight sooner. They should have never let Ronald Hearns continue. Ronald Hearns, when they asked if you were okay, he didn't even know what question he was answering. He'd never opened his mouth. His eyes were still all over the place. I saw that from my television set, and the referee is looking at him in the eyes, and they let that fight continue. Bad mistake. Thumbs down to the referee. And finally, my last thumbs down is to the hot blonde that was sitting in the front row, arguably the best seat in the house for the whole Showtime broadcast. Now, if you caught any of that Showtime broadcast, whether you watched Extreme or whether you watched the main thing, you couldn't have missed this blonde that the camera seemed to be on for the whole event. Now, first of all, I give her kudos for having a great seat. She obviously knew someone there. She had a credential on, and she sat with 4 or 5 other women. She was very you couldn't miss her. She was very attractive. But here's why I give her a thumbs down. She didn't pay attention to one fight. I watched that thing. I watched that fight. I watched the camera on her, and not once did I see her even watching the fight. I say thumbs down to whoever gave her that credential because you wasted a good seat. I know that there were many other people in attendance that would have died for that seat, and instead you gave it to somebody that wasn't even paying attention. That concludes our first thumbs up, thumbs down. Stay tuned for another one tomorrow. Hey, man, we'll see you then. Ciao, baby.